Oh wow. Now we're like deep in it. Okay. Gang. Okay. Hi. What's up? Is this considered an episode of Cutty Convos or no?
Yeah, we have we're using a fucking tiny mic today. I honestly I've been trying to put out the other episode we had filmed before this, but I kind of lost the data and I don't know.
Damn, no way.
I don't know where it went. Like I can't find it on my memory thing, and I'm like I hope I didn't erase it on accident. Son of a bitch, but
That's okay. We'll live. We'll make it. That's all right. It's not like these things don't happen all the time. Well, that's the first time probably for us, but
yeah.
that's happened to me quite many times for hella things. So, part of the game.
So yeah, we're switching off this little ass TikTok mic today, but today we're just doing a quick episode. Wanted to, you know, just see how update on what we've been doing, but also
You've been doing a lot.
a lot. But update that. But also we have something going on with the Rebel Status giveaway. If you want to talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah. Okay, we're doing a giveaway right now. It ends March 8th, so I don't know if you'll have time to put that out between then.
I'm gonna put that tomorrow for sure.
Okay, dang. So, you have to enter by March 8th. Um, you can either follow us on Instagram, tag two people in the comments, and shout us out on your story for an entry. You can pre-save the album on Spotify for an entry, or you can, what's the last one? You can, pre-save the album. I forget what the third one even is right now. I feel so bad.
Filibuster for you.
Yeah, filibuster.
So what's the first one again?
It's following us on
Follow, yeah,
Instagram
follow Instagram at Rebel Status.
at Rebel
Who's the other
Status.
person they follow?
No, following anyone.
Oh, just at Rebel
At
Status.
Rebel Status, tag two people in the comments, and then mention Rebel Status in your story. Subscribe to our YouTube, and then comment and like on our latest photos or videos, which would be Vader and right now. And then also, yeah, just pre-save our album on Spotify. It's coming out March 8th, along with Vader for the video. We're gonna pick two winners on March 9th on IG Live. I'm just gonna do one of those little like giveaway spinner things you do online, and whoever wins, there's gonna be two winners. First winner gets a hoodie and 50% off their next order, which could be hella bread because you know that shit kind of spency on the store. Or you could go be the second winner and you're gonna get some pants that aren't released yet online or anywhere. So you get a little something for the both, depending on what you want. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be for the album. We don't ever do these, so it's a big deal.
I'm excited.
I'm
I hope you're excited.
I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. I
What
think.
I'm excited is that you edited your first music video in a day, right? 24 hour?
Yeah, it was even less probably. I did it in like 3 hours, to be honest, 4 hours.
4 hours. He put his first music video out there in 4 hours. I don't understand. I don't think you understand how much work that is. If you've never done any type of editing, how long was the music video?
We shot it in probably 3 hours. So for a while to download it that night and then editing, yeah, it took a couple hours just to get it all onto my iPad to like fuck around with. But yeah, it was stressful for sure. But like you like send it to the people, Rebel Sats, the group, and be like, "Yo, what do you guys like and not like about it?" And then they just kind of said like, "Oh, this is cool, change this. This is cool, change this." And then I just tweaked here and there, and it was really easy. So made it work real quick and fast. And
That's so fucking crazy to me that you're able to shoot it like you shot it same day, edit it same day, and then put it out the next day, right?
we didn't put it out the next day, but like we had it ready to go out for the next day. Like we had put it on YouTube to premiere like the same week or something like that. But yeah, we had it all ready, and it honestly it gave me like a big bug for like doing videos for sure because it was fun as fuck to just make it go down. Like it was funny because like I like had a vision of what I wanted, and then they kept being like, "Oh, what if you get a shot over here or over here?" And I was like, "I'm down to just get whatever you guys want, so we can like make it work." And then by the end of the fucking time that we did it, I was like, I don't know, we had a whole bunch of footage to work with, so it looked nice. You know what I mean? It was easy to go with.
No, I am super pumped for this. I definitely excited and I want to keep pursuing more of this because I'm behind the scenes looking at Rebel Status and how they're continuing to grow and become one as a group and as individual artists, but also just trying my hand at making a music video as well, and just seeing that it's totally out of my comfort zone, and it's just like so much more work that I didn't realize. But it's fun and it's a great opportunity, and I think that it's something that I want to continue to try to do myself. As we're trying back here, we have a fucking music video up right now that we
Stressful.
stressful, but
Fun though. Fun though. I'm learning. Aaron will show me how to use Final Cut because I use CapCut because I'm lame obviously and don't know any real apps. But it's been easier to use. The more we're using it, the more I'm getting out of it. So I feel like that's kind of nice. I don't really want to be stuck on like CapCut for everything. You know what I mean? But it is definitely nice to like I don't know, get in the zone a little and be like, ooh, where are we gonna put this or where are we gonna put that? Like finding out how to make the music video like work is like a fun part for me. Like structuring it all. It's a fun process.
yeah, just seeing that, like seeing your wheels work, like turning and seeing how much that you are, how much effort you're putting in, how fast you can do it. Like I can see you doing it more and becoming more of like an all-around multimedia like artist yourself. And so just learning just the editing part, but also you have the photo part down, which is even as hard. And then you're learning video as well. So not only did you shoot it yourself, you edit it yourself with the help of others' input, but you pretty much you filmed it, you edited it, and then you got input from others, but then you're putting it out there, which is an accomplishment all within itself. So how do you like all three phases? How do you like photography, videography, and then the video editing part?
Um, it's so strange to say this because I am a photographer at heart, but I don't really like doing photography shoots if the person is asking me what to do. You know what I mean? Like photography is so fun when you get a model and they like already kind of have an idea of what they want to do. Like they like are good at posing and blah blah blah. When you're like trying to get someone comfortable in a photography shoot, it's really tough. You know what I mean? For me specifically at least. Like it's hard to like make someone more comfortable like and show that in a picture. So doing video, I'm gonna say like it's a little bit easier because like when at least doing music videos, it's kind of fun because you can get them really easily to like lube up or whatever, like get real easy with the process. Because you know what I mean? Like yeah, trying to warm up, trying to get them comfortable, like behind the camera, because like most of the time you're like holding the camera and they're like, what do I do? And then you kind of like start shaking it and dancing with them or whatever, and people are like, oh, okay, like let me, get with it. So that's kind of fun. But then like editing it, I think is super fun. At least like the way that I've learned to edit so far, just because like I kind of shoot everything in one take and then go through that because it streamlines everything. It makes it so fast and easy. So then I can kind of get across like what I was trying to make it look like pretty quick and easy and then like go into a final cut like knowing like oh like if I just polish it here and here then it'll look like how I want it to look, you know what I mean? So editing is always the funnest part for me, I think. Even in photography, that's my favorite part. But going out into the field and like getting it is fun for sure. But I'm definitely more of a behind the computer screen kind of motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. Like, I like being behind the scenes and stuff too, but I've been really enjoying going out to like film Afterthought and the Top Chefs.
Bro, wait, I'm sorry
Being
to
it,
interrupt you really fast. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but seeing you like in your element at this last show that we went to together, not together, but like you invited me to the Selski show to like get stuff too. I just thought it was like seeing you in that element was so crazy cool because like that was such a packed venue and literally all the photographers I was with was like we can't even move around, like we're not even gonna try and get a shot, but you were like every time I looked at you you were in a vastly different place than I saw you at the last part and I was like how the fuck did you even get from over here to over here when there's 500 fucking people in this building all touching each other like this, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I found it like really admirable in that moment from you. So I appreciate your work ethic.
no, when you have a camera, people just get out of your way.
They did not get
They
out of
just,
my
I
way.
was, I don't know. They just got out of my way. I was just like, hey, I need to record this. And they literally moved. And I was like, all right.
That's so
I
nice.
just asked them, I was like, hey, I'm coming down. I need to record. And they're like, okay, I'll move. But it was really cool because it was Afterthought and the Top Chefs and Salsky, 30-year anniversary of his album release. And it was just really cool to see just local native San Francisco there and just
The
seeing
older
older
crowd,
crowd, but
yeah.
them rapping every lyric.
For real, like 30-year-olds,
Yeah,
40-year-olds all in there, just rapping real hard.
yeah, rapping. It was amazing. I've never been part like every time. I feel like every time the shows go, it just gets better and better as
Yeah.
far as the performances. And I just feel like I've never been a part of it. But it's like I say that about the last one, then it keeps on getting better and better. But the
Yeah.
cool part there is that I was there to do videos, there to do photography, and we literally maybe talk to each other for like 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes
If
max.
that even.
The
Yeah.
show goes on, and we just do our own thing. And then at the end of the night, I was like, "Hey, great shit."
That
And that
was
was
fun.
it.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
fun. That
That was
was
fun.
that was lit.
I remember you were all like, "When did you leave?" And I was like, "I left at the end." I was just like at the back because once I like, we were at like the backstage area, and then once I went to the back of the actual venue, there were just so many people in front of me that I was like, I can't get out here anymore. So I was just watching from the back for a while. Then I was listening to it. Everyone was turning up. I was having fun. Went outside, go talk to some people, and then I knew you were in there the whole time getting it. So I was like, I'm just gonna go because I got what I wanted. I got some pictures of Af, I got some pictures of Selsky. Everything was good. So I was like, cross off my list. I'm good. And then hearing, seeing all that shit, you got all the footage. I was just like, I know you were cramped, like walking between all those people, getting shit. It was just funny to see.
One of the coolest parts was I was on stage and or just getting to be on stage with the band, just being behind them and,
Yeah,
and getting to like record the crowd and recording them individually. But end of the night, looking at the next couple of days, looking at the footage I got and realized I got some really horrible shots, some bad shots. At the moment, it seemed really dope, but I realized like it works for why like a horizontal video. I mean, yeah, horizontal video that you use for like long format for like YouTube and stuff like that, but like vertical video for like Instagram or TikTok, whatever,
yeah,
it was horrible because when you frame it that way, you're literally getting like back of people's heads, or you're getting no interaction with the crowd because it's basically focused on the person. So I was like, now I'm trying to figure out how to make a video better, and realizing from the back of the band is not great for that type of format.
yeah, yeah.
So focusing more on establishing shots with the crowd and doing it, just learning. It was a very good learning experience, but also just being in that environment, just being next to the drums, and it just everyone's just going off, and I made sure I stayed off the stage though when Salsky was performing stuff. I didn't want to be up there for that part. I wanted to be in front recording everything, which was pretty cool. But just being behind in the whatever they call like the green room or the room
Yeah,
before everyone gets ready, just
yeah.
seeing how everyone was preparing, just seeing who was nervous. I was nervous, man. I was like,
I was nervous.
I was so nervous. I don't know why everyone else is chill, and I was like just nervous, but um, it was really cool to see everyone like come together. I was able to make like a really quick recap reel of it, which everyone really appreciated and liked. And then I also was doing multiple things. I was recording with my GoPro to make like a vlog out of it. I was out there taking Instax photos. Like I was just trying to do as much as I can. But there's parts where like I didn't realize how tiring it is. At the end of the night, I was
Yeah.
exhausted. My arms, I couldn't. I like my arms. I had like no movement.
Yeah, just holding it. I'm thinking, yeah, like you need to get like one of those like I don't even know what they're called. It's like a stabilizer thing, but like one of those ones that makes it like lightweight somehow. You know what I mean? No, I don't even know. It's like kind of like a shit that those skaters be in.
shoulder?
No, well, they
You
have
put it
those
on your
too.
waist?
Yeah, yeah, the ones that you put around your waist that you can hold. Yeah, yeah. Those shits are way expensive, but
The one that
they
comes
seem
with the
cool.
little like
Thing to come on? Yeah, yeah. I see people all the time and they're like doing it for like weddings and shit. I'm like, I know
That's what you
damn well that you're fucking getting your shit out of that because you're like walking around the whole fucking 6 hour fucking thing, whatever it is. And we're at these shows that are like sometimes like 3, 4, 5 hours. It's not like a 8 to 10 type thing. It's like a 7 to 11, 7 to midnight type of show, and we're like, fuck, goddamn, I'm tired.
work all day.
Yeah, yeah, especially after getting like home from your own job already, and you're like, now I got to do this job too. It's a well, not that it's a job, you know what I mean? I feel like you gotta like make sure that people know like this is something you actually like to do too, you know? It was funny, I was talking to my girl the other day and we were talking about obligation and she was all like, "You only do like rebel status stuff because you feel obliged to." And I was like, no, I don't. Like I'm extremely passionate about these things and I love these things and that's why I complain about them sometimes because I want them to be like just right, you know? So like I'm gonna be like, this thing isn't just right, so I'm bull, you know, like and I'm gonna go off on it and like I don't know. I feel like I have to show more grace for like these things that like it's fun to be in these spaces, don't get me wrong. I love being like that Celsi show, like you know, 5 years ago I would have wished for something like that and now we get to do that and it's super cool. So like I want to be like more thankful for those moments where I'm like, damn, that shit was hard rather than, or I want to be like, damn, that was fun rather than, damn, that was like hard and took a lot of social energy out of me because it's like, what the fuck else would I be doing? You know what I mean?
No, I feel you because my girl always like asks sometimes like you're not getting paid for it. Like what I was like, what are you doing so much commitment? And then I had to like stop and realize like, all right, there's certain things I can and cannot commit to because I'm the type to like just go and do it.
Yeah,
And because I love this and I realized like how much I love it afterwards. I'm so pumped and it feels so good. And now this one I have like no regrets at all like doing it. Like I'm like I loved it.
yeah, yeah,
But at the same time, I'm I have to make sure that I could do like at my speed and at my level because like
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
I'm not
Don't over
yeah
stretch
don't
yourself.
over put myself
Yeah,
not getting paid for it so I'm not trying to stress about that part or anything like that but also I have to tell her like not everything has to be done for money. If I was doing it for money, I don't even know how much more I would like it. I
yeah,
think it would
yeah,
put a different type of stress. Not that saying money's not bad. I mean, I would love to get paid eventually for doing some stuff,
yeah,
but
yeah. But when
the
you're starting
type
to
of
get paid,
feeling, yeah, the type of
yeah,
feeling I get, I'm like, I don't want to be overwhelmed and like having to put out product that someone's paying you to put out
yeah, yeah.
a visual product and you can't meet deadlines or you can't come up to the level of them asking. That would turn me off from ever accepting stuff that I'm not comfortable with.
Yeah.
And this way, I get to like do my passions and go for it, and not have to be like so much of, like I could try it, and if it didn't work out, like I could tell the people, hey, this didn't work. I'm sorry. Like I tried, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I got what I got. But I'm
Yeah.
not like if you want professional, you gotta pay
You gotta
professional.
pay for the professional. No, no, yeah. I totally get that. I feel the same way because, like, yeah, you know, like, especially, you know, doing clothes or even shit like that, it's like so time consuming and all these things go into it. But it's like, if you don't really love it, then what are you doing? I even feel that way, like, about, like, with photography, like, when I'm going out with, like, you or the guys and we're doing photography stuff, like, I find it fun because we're doing stuff usually for something that I'm working on, you know? So it's like fun for me. But when someone has hired me to do a photo shoot, it's always really annoying when like, you know, like it's been like 2 or 3 hours afterwards and they're like, hey, where are those photos at? And you feel like more obliged to like do that for them because they did pay for the service. So you're like, oh, like I hate that you're asking this, but you kind of do have the right to ask a little bit because you did pay me this time, you know what I mean? And it's getting stuck in that is kind of sucks sometimes, you know? Like people got to realize like you gonna wait a little bit. Sometimes you gonna wait a little bit, but I'm also gonna feel a lot more pressure to do it when you're, you know, fucking putting that shit in it.
Well, that's one thing where I'm struggling right now of like trying to figure out if I'm doing film or digital when I'm taking some photos because I'm like I could do digital. I have to wait for it to get developed. I don't have to wait to like scan it and everything because some of those stuff is cumbersome to scan it myself and everything. But I realize after I do a gig of like video, like videography or like even take some photos in between, I'm not looking at it directly the next. Like I don't need to look at it right then and there.
Yeah,
Like I'm able to put it away and not. And I was like, see, I don't
worry about
really.
it later.
Yeah, I really don't need to stress about what medium I'm trying to use.
Yeah.
Um, and now I realize I don't have to stress about whether I'm going to do photography or video. I'm just strictly doing video, and I ask you to come do photography, and I realize AF has other people do photography too. So it's just like
Easy peasy.
it's working,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
I'm like I
Easy
focus on
flowing
what I
too.
need to do.
Yeah.
So like,
Everyone has
how do
to.
you feel?
I mean, yeah. I feel like I mean, I think that yeah, it's working a lot better for us in that regards of like it being a well-oiled machine, you know, like we're fitting into pockets and stuff, but it's funny as you're saying this as well. I feel like I like you giving me the camera over like the past week has kind of like gave me the itch to be like more of an artist, like a multimedia artist. So now I'm kind of like, oh, like right before we started this, I was literally like Googling like best cameras and like your camera came up too. And I'm like, I see there's a deal on it. And you were just telling me there's a deal on it. I'm like, damn, like, do I want to like venture off into this thing now too? Where it's like, I do love photography. Photography is super easy for me and it comes naturally, but like, I'm not gonna lie, I had like a lot of fun doing the videography and like it just kind of like it's something that I've never itched before. You get what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah,
you
it's
ever
like a
like,
bug now.
yeah, exactly. You ever like do something for the first time and like you're kind of like whatever, I don't even care about this, but then like you're like this is really fun and like you just turn into a different person right there.
No, like film photography is satisfying my photography needs. Like it's everything I need if like just going out there and making that type of art. But videography is where it's like I love that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it at all, but I like trying to just to do different things.
Mm.
And I think that it does open a different form of me, like a different form of art for you.
Yeah, definitely.
And with your photography background, you are able to know how to, use video in a different type of way. Whereas like I learned video stuff before I learned how to do photography. And
Yeah.
now that I'm learning more photography, like this the more of the technical side of it, of like, just like shutter angle, the shutter speeds, the aperture, and learning how the manual like sets things now, and learning how to like take it off program mode and put it in like manual mode when I'm recording and stuff, and being more comfortable and confident doing that
Yeah.
has really changed how I'm able to, you know,
Like work with other people.
record people and like using like the proper ISO and the proper like uh, the proper white balance and things like that. Whereas I'm starting to learn more off that because I'm learning. I wouldn't be learning as fast if I wasn't doing photography. Photography is really with light, with photography, learning how things are captured a certain way,
Mm.
learning how to use that for video has really helped me like just kind of like be more creative
Yeah.
in a sense.
I totally get that. Yeah. I definitely feel like, yeah, you kind of like open something up when you're like opening that new venture kind of thing, opening up a new world. And yeah, you coming from like a different background kind of makes a difference, I feel like. Cause yeah, you're so like good, I feel like, at like capturing like things as they are, if that makes sense. Like you're really good at like capturing a moment, right? I feel like I'm really good at being like seeing like one piece of a moment and being like, oh, if I, collage this together, if I fucking Frankenstein this shit. So I feel like we come from like two different worlds in that way. And it's cool that way because then like we have two different minds and we're like, oh, like you think it'd be cool this way, I think it'd be cool this way. Let's meet in the middle where we can find something really cool, fun, a lot of things that I'm sure people aren't thinking about or looking at. And I think it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be a lot of fun stuff. I feel like off of just this past couple of weeks.
No, you're correct. I'm very much like spur of the moment. I'm very much just capture the moment. Even like my most of my photography is pretty much just capturing people off guard and just capturing moments and being like kind of like spontaneous when I'm doing stuff. I'm not one to create a set or create a scene. Like I feel like you're very much like know how to create the look that you're going for,
Yeah,
and I'm just trying to capture the look at the moment.
yeah.
And
That's great.
and I know that you don't like to tell people like what to do. You want them to work in the moment. I'm kind of like now I'm liking now how to structure people,
Coordinate
like
people.
coordinate people, because
Yeah,
I it's like that's what I do for my prime job. I'm a case manager. I know how to like coordinate and
yeah.
get
Get
people to
people in together.
to do certain things and stuff like that, and like to learn how to like to take charge and to to step out of my comfort zone and to ask and to do this and that. And so I know that after has been asking me to just like, hey, you got to stop asking, you just got to do it. So that's why when I went on stage, I didn't ask, I just went up there.
Yeah.
I
I
was like,
guess
what do
that
you
is
get?
true.
I was like, what do you? I'm
What
like,
are
what
you
are they
gonna
gonna
do?
tell me? I was like, you gonna tell me to get off? I was like, I would got off, but I was like,
I'm the
and
motherfucker with the
then
camera.
mid like one of their songs ended, and I'm like, all right, excuse me, I'm going through the side. Like I'm just like, excuse me real quick,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
going
just
here.
like I gotta leave.
Boom, and I just got into I dipped it right by the DJ, and no one said nothing. So I'm like, okay. Then I went off stage, and I was like, I'm taking initiative. But one of the coolest shots I got, I wish it would have came out better, but it came out pretty cool though. Is that when after I got introduced,
Mhm.
when it's coming from the back up the stairs, I was able to capture the audience and the music playing and just like him coming out and just seeing him preparing to get up on stage and then going on stage and just seeing like the reaction of the crowd and just seeing him there with the band, the Top Chefs, and just being like,
Hell yeah.
that's a very powerful visual image that I love to capture on video.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could capture that how I saw it on video on photo.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think
I agree with
that's
you.
where how my brain works, and that's where I'm not there yet. Whereas I feel like you or other people could capture on photos so well.
I don't know if I can necessarily capture it on photo as well as I could say I could cobble it together to look like I captured it on photo. You know what I mean? There's like a lot of some of I've noticed like some of my best photos like that I edit. People like don't even realize like I edit like huge parts of it where you're like where did this piece go? You know? I went to Brick and Mortar last year for Sydney Welch. She's like this A&R, and she brought me out to see Father, if you know Father, and like a bunch of Bay Area artists. And I got these really cool pictures of Father, but in the back there's like this there's this dude who's not to be like rude, but he's like an enormous guy. He's taking up like more than like half of the photo. Like and he's just making the photo look like it's his photo rather than like a photo for Father. And so I had to literally like Photoshop his ass out of it and then make sure that the crowd still looked there and looked like a real crowd. And like they were like, "Damn, like I didn't even see this moment." And I'm like, "Cause that moment didn't exist. Cause I made that moment." You know what I mean? I had to like, like I feel like that's the thing. Like I feel like I am good at getting those moments, but I feel like I see the moment in my head, but that moment might not have happened on the camera. Does that make sense?
No, definitely. I've been really like a stickler about not editing hardcore, especially for like photos. I don't really like to do it. And I thought like have that film photographer mindset of like, oh, you don't edit your photos. Like, that's like something film photographers don't do. They don't
Yeah,
edit.
yeah.
And then I started researching more about the greats, like Richard Avedon, which is a great pioneer fashion photographer, and Ansel Adams, which is like a pioneer, one of the greatest photographers of all time that pioneered the landscape of the Yosemite and is just those two people alone, you realize that they talk about how they edit their photos are heavily edited in the dark room.
Wow.
So they
Damn.
did a lot of Ansel Adams did a lot of darkroom. Um, he did a lot of darkroom photos that were edited, or a lot of his main photos are edited in the darkroom. And also Cartier-Bresson, which is like one of the most famous street photographer of all time. One of his most famous photos that he ever took was it was like a stairwell going down and a bike person on a bike going across. If you look at the original negative, it's cropped.
Oh, really?
Like he cut the negative to crop it. Like he cropped it, then he printed it. So that's how they
Oh,
cropped back then. And it's just like if the greatest of all time is editing,
yeah,
and they're all editing, then yes, you can edit your photos.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so in my head now I'm more to the idea
Being
of
open to it.
interpreting how I see it and being open to edit it. That's why Lightroom is made after the darkroom. Lightroom is on like computer. Darkroom is obviously
Yeah,
in
yeah.
like the darkroom stuff. So I want to learn how to edit photos, but in a darkroom, see if I like it there. Because
Yes.
I'm trying in Lightroom, but I'm really horrible at editing things. But now that I scan all my photos now for film, and I go in there and I take out like dust and I do all that stuff. I don't remove like objects just for like dust and like smears and stuff like that.
Mm.
But I'm trying to get colors right and stuff. I don't really tweak the colors like too crazy, but I want to experiment. I want to get more into it, and I want to be able
Interesting,
to do crazy shit
yeah.
and not feel like like my hands are tied and I can't do it because I'm breaking some kind of like
Code.
code.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah.
being just dumb. And I had these misconceptions of like what I feel that true photography is.
Sure, yeah.
But I really don't like photography that's like heavily edited where it does not look nothing like the original photo. To me, that's like I've always like, oh, that's graphic design. That's not photography.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
But
yeah.
who am I to say what people, what art, what constitutes it?
Yeah, yeah. I totally agree with what you're saying. I also like respect like I'm not trying to hit on anybody. Like if you are like a film photographer and you're like I don't do edits, I also respect that. Like I think that's super cool. I think that's if that's true to your art, that's true to your art. But I don't think you should ever be like man, like I wish I could do this, but I can't because you know what I mean? Like I think you should do whatever the hell you want to do. So like I edit the fuck out of my videos to the point where I would say like it's almost graphic design because I am literally taking out huge pieces and then adding in huge pieces and like changing it completely. But then, you know, I also do slight things where it's just like, you know, this photo is great, but if I just tweak it here, here, and here, then it's fine. You know, like it'll be a great photo rather than just a good photo or whatever, you know? So, I mean, yeah, don't I wouldn't get stuck on anything. Do what you feel is right. Like art is so subjective. Like just because I do it this way doesn't mean you should do it that way, you know? Like do it works for you. You know what I mean? Like just like what we're saying, like Final Cut, Pro Cut or Cap Cut, like none of the shit matters as long as the shit gets done and like looks nice to you or it looks nice to anybody. Like it's still art. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're still an artist no matter what you do to your work. Like it's just what you want to do with it. Just make sure it's what you want to do with it, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Don't get stuck on anything.
Oh yeah, honestly my perception really changed when I started seeing a lot of your stuff because seeing how much your influence on how like you capture your art and like how you put out your photos and stuff. It made me realize like, all right, it doesn't have to be one way or the other. Like yours is like your style, and I can't replicate that style. Like I don't even know how to do any of that. And I really do like that I can do that, and that's why I'm asking you for help to help me with like edits and stuff because I want to capture your type of style of editing, whereas mine is just like completely different.
Yeah,
And I'm like, n-
super cool though.
I'm still trying to learn how to do basic shit, and we're just it's a process. But stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to Rebel Status, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Subscribe. Pre-save the album, and make sure that you enter into the giveaway before March 8th, so you could win some free shit, bro.
All right, hey brother, hey brother, hey brother.
Hey brother,
Brother.
hey brother.